Anyway, I know why y'all are here. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. I'm in Washington, D.C. right now, so we don't got the normal studio set up, but I got the new streaming laptop, so it still looks clean as fuck. Like my girl, because she just got fucking laser on her pubes. But today we're talking about, SoFaygo's first week sales. Now, again, I don't necessarily care about sales when it comes to quality. However, we do have to come to the realization, and I predicted this, we all predicted this, that, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but he lost the hype. Like, the numbers are finally in. We can't do a fucking recount. We not Donald Trump out here. It looks like it didn't even register the first week sales, and he was supposed to be the guy, as we've talked about, from the underground that's going to go mainstream. In fact, I feel like in comparison to Yeet, he's trying to he waited 2 years. He's trying to go more pop than Yeet, or more. I know he's trying to do his own thing. Like, I ain't trying to make comparisons like that, but he's trying to make music that like appeals to a wider audience. And it took him longer to do so, which I think, and we all know, is not the best strategy anymore, because we ain't all Cardi or Uzi. It hurts you to take that long, because we live in the digital era where you got to be in front of the face of your fans at all times, or at least like give out some leaks. But bro took like 2 years just to put out some EPs, and by that time he already fucked himself up. So anyway, news came out. Billboard 200 came out, actually, wherein it looks like he didn't even land on top 200. And the thing is, I'm signed out of my own Twitter because I'm on a new laptop. But if you recall, Destroy Lonely, we weren't even expecting him to be on Hot 200 Billboard his first week with no stylist, because he was underground, right? However, he still landed at number 91. So what does that tell you? We were expecting big things out of SoFaygo, and he didn't even get on top 200. Now, I believe that Hella Yassine, the mind of HY, gave a take on this, in that I actually calculated myself too. Now, for first week sales, when Billboard calculates this, divide by 1,500, blah, blah, blah. But it also, you have to factor in that it's US. So I don't even think bro sold like 5K, which is bad. Again, compared to our expectations. Now, if he were to have dropped like a whole last year ago, I don't even think people would be checking up on the sales. But he kind of cursed himself, literally. He went to a haunted house and fucked the witch, bro. She made a stew or a potion. He drank it all up from Travis Scott's dick, and he fucked himself over. Shouldn't have done this. Let me find. SoFaygo's album sales are proof that Playboi Carti cosign is stronger than Travis Scott's. Now, with that being said, I do agree that Carti is that's not the tweet I was looking for. I do agree that Carti's cosign is stronger. However, I think it's too soon to be saying that type of shit, because Travis Scott does already have 2 artists. Now, I think Sheck West actually blew up before the Travis Scott cosign. I'm not sure about the history of Mo Bamba and whatnot, but that was obviously a top 10 hit. But Don Toliver would be nobody without Travis Scott. I understand he might have been like doing his thing in Houston or whatever. People gonna say that, whatever. But Don Toliver was low-key an industry plant. And so he was on Astroworld as a secret feature, mind you. And then he dropped a project soon after. Can't remember what it was called, and then he had some TikTok hits in 2020, I want to say, and then Don Toliver started selling 30 whatever K. So Travis Scott still has a more successful artist. Don Toliver's like a huge pop artist. I think he even has like top 10 hits with like Lemonade, Internet Money. So I don't know about that, although Travis Scott uses like industry connections. And by the way, with all of the industry connects and plugs that SoFaygo got with the, let's see, Jimmy Fallon show or the Apple Music playlist and whatever, and you can say Destroy Lonely's better than Don, that's a matter of opinion. I do like Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson more than Don Toliver, although you can't deny success in numbers, right? Like Don Toliver literally quadruple, not even more than that, like 10x the amount of sales as both of them combined, probably. So, but the thing is, Cardi hasn't even like mentioned an artist or even featured on their project. So I do agree that Cardi's cosign is worth more. I didn't forget about Don. We were talking about that. And Homicide Gang, same shit. Cardi ain't mentioned them at all, actually, in an interview. And they're doing their thing as well. There was actually a lot of hype for their album that we're going to be listening to later today. But I just want to also say that I feel like SoFaygo lost his fan base. Like I feel like for sure he got fans, but I feel like a lot of people kind of, I don't know, like I've been seeing people turning to Yeet fans, turning into Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson fans, turning into every other underground rapper fans because he just made them wait too long. It's like a girl that makes you wait to smash, right? Takes her 2 years. You're gonna fuck something in that time span, right? And so once she says it's time, you're like, nah, I already been hitting all this shit. Now you're gonna be terrible in bed. Like you don't have any experience, right? That's what happened with SoFaygo. I feel like if he didn't even have to drop like the best projects in 2020 or 2021. If he just kept the fans fed, even if they were leaks, just people wouldn't have high expectations. It's almost like the Eternal Take effect. And then that's why Uzi had to drop Verse the World 2, which up until this point, I think actually still is, I don't know about charting, but is getting more streams on a weekly basis than his actual Eternal Take project. Like he's got more popular songs like Myron on the Verse the World 2, which is the deluxe of Eternal Take. So I just think people got to stop making each other wait. Like let's go back to my original tweet because I feel like there were some good takes in here. Trump and Andrew Tate. Nah, that's not what I was looking for. Replay value is terrible. I actually like the SoFaygo album. This isn't like hate on the quality whatsoever. Dropping music with consistency is the only way to build a strong fan base. Yeah, that's another thing. He just did it way too soon within his career. Like if he waited a couple years, if he had a classic album or mixtape prior, After Me was solid, but I feel like he had to follow it up with some banger or some solid project or build up more of a discography, or I don't know, get a better distribution deal, because again his manager says he's independent. Like that was just not the move. You want to get like as many playlists as possible, get the numbers up. I feel like if he sold even 10-20k, even if the underground fans like lost faith in him, I feel like there would be no narrative. But the narrative right now is that he fell off or that he ruined his potential. You go on Twitter and it's basically trending within this space that he lost all of his potential. His subreddit and fan pages are turning on him at this moment. Swerve Oh God said. Exactly. Like as a rapper, you need to control the narrative. You need to make it impossible for people to say that you fell off. Like that's why all these mainstream rappers are buying fucking albums of their own shit. Like it's literally PR maintenance or like a hedge. Like if you buy 30k project or like get 1 million bots from China to stream your album so that you guarantee to sell 20-30k, low-key it's better to get caught like that. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but follow me through this exercise. It might be better to buy that many streams to sell 20-30k, even if you don't profit on the album, just so people can't say that you fell off. Am I wrong here? Like Yeet with 2 Alive, because he sold 34k, like nobody was even expecting that. And then all of a sudden it happened, and then bro, like the marketing, just everybody got behind him like, oh shit, this guy is the man. So again, if I just feel like there needs to be more thought and a stronger rollout whenever you drop a project, especially when you wait 2 years like SoFaygo did. Like, I don't know what his management's doing. Even now, like, they're fighting it. No, you had to hedge yourself the entire time. What's the move for him now? I think he needs to, I don't know. He needs to get Travis Scott on a feature or feature on Utopia. Then he might be chilling, because right now he needs to find a new fan base that's gonna rock with him, or have like an undeniable hit that's like Hot 100 Billboard. It's almost like Uzi kind of like lost his like what Cardi got right now, like the hype from his fan base, the cult. But then with Just Wanna Rock, he got a Billboard hit, which is like undeniable at this point. He got the music video, New York pulled up like it was a fucking 6ix9ine music video. And so if he has that, like, people are almost like, don't get me wrong, fans are sheep here. I'm not talking about y'all, I'm just talking about like the overall mass of people. We all know this. Half the population is fucking NPCs, probably even more. So if you get an undeniable hit on Billboard, and that comes easily with a Travis Scott feature, like, he's on your fucking label, why wouldn't Travis Scott clear that, right? Especially because you signed him for however much advance. Like, you trying to pay that back? Because right now, selling less than 5K, like, it might be a little bit harder to do that. Not saying that eventually it won't be able to get paid off, but so if he gets that Travis Scott feature, gets a Hot 100 Billboard, then everybody will just be like, oh, okay, he's back. Although the argument about he lost his sound, I mean, that's for every single artist. But I do agree, like, I was listening to some of his old music. That happens with every artist. I don't know. It's kind of like what reminds me of that the most is like Uzi, obviously, and then Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd's the most because he kind of like went pop, which is exactly what SoFaygo did. Which is, I think, another reason why you need to drop music consistently, so people can follow you through the progress of you going pop. But if you go strictly from like underground shit to then, or SoundCloud music, and then 2 years later just drop it on them, and mind you, like, you know, you didn't build that strong of a fan base just yet, then the discrepancy between the music, it will like turn people off, rather than Trippie Redd or even Yeet every single couple of months dropping a project, progressing through the sound a little bit more. So if Yeet goes pop, like he starts singing like Taylor Swift on a Plug and B beat, if that happens in 2 or 3 years, at least the fans like were getting eased into it, right? They didn't just all of a sudden, no lube, stick it in your asshole. No. Your girl would know what I'm talking about with that. He waited too long. He didn't drop the grails. That's always the argument about artists. They didn't drop the grails. Well, I don't think fans really know what grails are. I haven't been tapping into the snippets. He is in a confusing place right now. I do hope that he gets through it. He should try new producers. Not saying Backwoods ain't a thing, but he needed something. Yeah, I feel like that's... I don't know who his production was. It sounded good though. Like, I literally don't think it has to do with the music whatsoever. It really is just all narrative. If he were to have released within the last year, because I actually think the music was good. It's literally just because if he dropped the music a few months after he had his hype, it was like it was late 2019, early 2020, after a whole lot of Red. This is before Yeet even got it was late 2020, early 2021. This is before Yeet dropped Up To Me. He did like his first war song, and he was hopping on the whole lot of Red beats. Yeet was kinda before evolving in his own shit. If Faygo just kept that going, the world might be different right now. We might not even be on the brink of World War III. In an alternate universe when Faygo kept going with his hype. But nah, like, he just went into mystery mode, monk mode, and came back. It is 2 years later, 2022. Sad to see, man. Disappointment, man.